Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Good Night World, based on the webmanga of the same name, and that was given an adaptation by Netflix. Video game anime are basically a dime a dozen nowadays, and despite this coming from a pretty notorious anime studio in Studio Naz, it actually delivers a pretty solid story that has a new spin on this idea, even if you don't mind a little bit of edginess. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story follows the Akabane family inside the game known as Planet, where we have an older brother Taichiro, a younger brother Asuma, a father named Kojiro, and a mother named Miyabi. While they seem like a pleasant enough family in the game world where they defeat enemies, get experience points, and generally seem like a functioning family as a whole, in real life they are as broken as can be. Taichiro is a reclusive shut-in, Asuma is a honor student with a lot of baggage, his the father Kojiro is an abusive perfectionist who caused the whole broken family to begin with, and the mother Miyabi neglects her household and generally stays in an internet cafe all day. So yeah, obviously this is a family that has a lot of problems, especially considering that one of the final objectives of the game, Black Bird, is actually an evolving VR virus that takes the already dangerous aspects of computer viruses and makes them even more deadly when it's able to infect real people due to the game being played with a VR headset. So while the family has to work together to basically come back together as a decent functioning family unit, they also have to work together to take down this Blackbird virus before it basically puts the entire world inside of a simulated game. It's a plot that sounds pretty ridiculous, and trust me, it can be. But I did appreciate how it actually manages to not be as edgy as I thought it would be. It has all the swearing from the main character, Taichiro, that you'd expect, and it can get somewhat bloody when it gets to the violence both in the game and in real life. But it also happens to really show how a family like this can come to be, and you still get the sense that the family members do like each other. It's just they have to work through a lot of baggage that they have caused and that they all have been generating when it comes to this entire pile of negativity. It doesn't feel like any member of the family is perfect, and that's why this works, because no family member is completely innocent or completely in the wrong. Even Kojiro, who's basically the reason for this whole thing happening, does have some sympathetic qualities, and even some of the more innocent family members aren't completely out of the out of the running. Both Asuma and Miyabi aren't bad people, but they did make bad decisions that caused the divisions between the family to increase all the more. Granted, there is an antagonist, Leon, in the series, who basically tries to bring VR to the real world and redefine what it means to be human, but that part of the story felt a little bit rushed, and it felt like it basically brought a world ending threat to a story that seemed like it was doing better when it came to being more small scale. Especially considering the animation is generally pretty good at the start, way better than most of Studio Naz's shows in recent anime seasons, but it does start to fall off a bit during the last few episodes, probably because the massive scale of the final arc is a bit hard for Studio Naz to handle. But it's still way better than how Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer looked. So yeah, Goodnight World isn't perfect, and it can be more than a little edgy, but I do appreciate that it does have some genuine thoughtfulness behind its writing, and that the animation, while not perfect, certainly does a lot more than you'd expect from the studio. So I'll give them credit for having a show that's mostly pretty entertaining through the entire thing, and for having an ending that generally seems like it could be something you could think about. That's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. See you next time.